right, let's hear it for the boys.
Yeah.
We are back talking Gen V. I'm Justin Tyler.
I am Pete.
And we are here to get into Gen V Episode 6, Season 2, Episode 6, Cooking Lessons.
Ooh,
so,
lessons.
I
That's always scary when people bring up cooking lessons, you know? It makes you nervous.
It makes you nervous, really?
Yeah,
Why?
palm sweaty, you know what I mean?
Like mom's spaghetti? Is that what
That's
you're
right.
saying?
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't, when you hear cooking lessons, you think of Eminem's song about...
No, when you hear cooking lessons, I get nervous because I'm like, ooh, I'm not a good cook. I'm not good at learning things. This is just going to be a nightmare situation.
Oh, wow. You're bad at cooking and lessons.
Yeah. So it's a double whammy for me.
Whammy.
Yeah.
See, I love cooking. I couldn't find a recipe in this episode anywhere, though. Did you?
What are you talking about?
One? I just
frittatas. He breaks down frittatas.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I guess does he really break it down? I guess
No,
he does
he
cook
just
it
shows
on camera.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's enough.
It looked like a delicious frittata.
What a great environment. I love, and I think, you know how when you cook on a mountain top, the recipe's different?
No.
Because it's high pressure. Maybe underground, it's a whole different frittata.
Ooh, interesting. You think it's fluffier?
Probably less fluffy, I think, because there's more. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is fluffier. How does you know all about this?
I've
taken cooking lessons before, and I love it. I love cooking.
Okay, great. Well, I'm glad that you have the exact opposite reaction that I do to this. So
it's point counterpoint. But let's do a quick
welcome
recap.
To point counterpoint.
Welcome to point counterpoint. Because we don't have Alex Zalbin here, the man who
the Zalbatron.
The Zalbatron. That's and for those of you who don't know, that's an AI.
I've been saying for years that Zalbin is a bot. You can tell by the change in his voice when he talks.
Yes, it's a classic. We mean the lack of change. He's a bot that usually recaps the show and then helps get into the conversation. But he's not here, so I'm going to recap the show in a likely haphazard fashion.
Right. But I got to just say, as a bot, he's living an impressive life. You know what I mean? He's married with children. You know, that's impressive. Yeah. Even if you're a bot, you can reach amazing heights in this world.
That's really beautiful to say, and will no doubt help us get higher up in the algorithm with this episode when you're complimenting the bots. Imagine having a bot dad. Their kids are half bot.
Oh, man.
Half bot.
It might be a real thing in the future. Who knows?
Definitely will be. So let's talk Gen V. Season 2 has been, we are barreling toward the end of this great season. We have a lot going on. Can
I say something up top, if that's okay? I don't mean to kill your momentum, but since Alex isn't here, and sometimes you gang up on me, and I am the kind of the doe-eyed positive one here, I just wanted to say up top, love this episode. Loved we got some answers. Laughed out loud. We got a callback that was, I don't know, maybe 2 seasons long in this episode. Like, oh my God, just some great stuff happening.
There's a lot of fun here. Yeah. This show is, I think we've all agreed that this show's firing on all cylinders, I think, this season.
Yeah, an impressive show with well cast and really well acted.
Really well cast, great ideas. I mean, as it's gone on, I think now we're in the real plot heavy part of it where just a lot of stuff is happening. Coming into this episode, we had our kids, our crew from God U have been put up into Elmira in recent episodes.
Shout out to Elmira,
upstate New York.
Prison
facility. Come on, great place to spend to do some real time. Where Marie at the end of last episode found out that she has basically resurrection powers, brings her sister, her long lost sister, back to life, and they in this episode make their escape from Elmira. Which is, and we also learn that Annabeth, the sister, has powers, which I think is
juiced
huge.
Up.
Yeah, she's juiced. A little more background. We had a bit of a relationship going between Marie and Jordan. That's just brought them closer together as the season has gone on. We've got Emma, who has been struggling with the idea of being more in control with her power since hers are built around her emotional state. We get a little bit of a payoff of that here in this episode.
Also great to see her kind of growing into her own as far as like...
Literally sometimes.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too.
And shrinking.
Well done. So
shrinking into her own.
It's just, it's great to kind of see her she was struggling with a lot of things, seems to be kind of hitting a stride. possible love triangle happening here. I love, there's a real battle of the ships going on right now, and
a lot of ships happening. Of course, Pete, you're talking about Sam, the character who Kate, another character, has the power.
The puppet seer.
Yeah, she's a bit of a puppeteer, you could say.
No. Sam, the puppet seer.
The puppet seer, yes.
Yeah,
and
sorry.
he was ironically being puppeted in a way by Kate, as she can make him forget aspects of his life that he want to deal with.
Mind wiped. Yeah.
It wasn't a full mind wipe. It was more like an emotion wipe. She just took away his feelings, so he didn't have to deal with what was going on. But then her powers got all messed up when she almost died earlier this season. And so he's been sort of dealing with it on his own, which allows him to access the feelings he has for Emma, which we get to see play out in this episode a bit, as their relationship in the triangle that you were talking about, Pete, is Emma, Sam, and Beef Chunk.
Yeah, Hot Beef Chunk is, I think, his official name.
Hot Beef Chunk, another dude who is at the school who can fly, I believe is his power set.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I thought he was just like a frat bro with feelings type of thing.
I think he could fly, if I remember correctly.
I would say maybe he's a goon with a heart of gold.
Oh, that's nice. I don't know. He might have a heart of goon, too. He could be a goon with a heart of goon.
He seems really nice from the outside so far.
Yes.
I got high hopes.
If I know this show, there's going to be another shoe dropping. But speaking of other things dropping, we have Polarity, who is Andre's father, Andre, who died, the character off screen this season, of course, because of the tragedy of Chance, the actor who died. In between seasons, but they have been sort of having Polarity come in as the we can assume it wasn't going to have the same role this season, but now he is a little bit their man on the inside at God U, helping them try to take down the villain of the season.
That's right.
A character named Cypher, who we speculate, and we don't know for sure yet, but we speculate that Cypher is Thomas Godolkin, who in the first episode of the season was burned aggressively in the past, because Cypher has a big burned body in his house that he's taking care of.
Yeah.
In this episode, he's sort of doing some physical therapy to keep the body limber, and
overdoes it a bit in this one.
Overdoes it a bit, perhaps a little extra slap therapy, as it's called. The theory we have is that he is taking control of the Cypher body, and that's actually not. That's why he's so reckless and willing to stab his own hand and do whatever. We see in this episode a great moment where Cypher is also puppeting Polarity, to sort of trap the kids.
Didn't know his powers could do that. That really changes things, because I was a little worried that, like, once somebody can start kind of puppeting people, you wonder what's real and what's not. And I wondered when they came across his sister and just kind of saw her dead, if, like, what was going on with that. So, yeah, the fact that he can kind of puppet anybody makes me a little worried about, like, who's real, who's in control, and what's really going on with this guy.
Well, I mean, I think it definitely calls into question, and I think Cypher's been a great villain this season because of his absolute confidence that he has in any situation, and seems to be one step ahead of the kids at all times. And I think we're getting closer to sort of the actual revelation that we've only been able to speculate about, and what the true nature of Marie's powers and sort of fate is. He's been obsessed with Marie, training her all season, and it feels like he's just running her through his own personal danger room to try to get her to be better.
Which is also scary and beneficial, you know what I mean? Because Marie also has that, like, wants to get better at her powers, but it's got to be.
Well, and let's talk it through from sort of going through in order, because I really like the structure of this episode. We start with them picking up right where we left off, where Marie has brought her sister back to life, and her sister not super happy about Marie, which I was like, harsh.
Yeah, that's
brought
tough.
her back.
But, we get that kind of reveal later when she was like, "You're the problem, bro. Like, every time you show up, you wreck my life," which was just a heartbreaking line. But it makes sense if you are her and that's how you feel. Like, So
yes, feelings make sense to the people feeling them. That is true.
Well, I feel like sometimes for shows, people kind of have stuff just for the plot of the episode and stuff like that. So I felt like it felt very real. Like if I was her sister, I feel like I would be harboring the same kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, Marie killed their parents, but especially I was just surprised because Annabeth has powers. She knows that they're not really something you can fully control. And she ended up, Marie was just on her own for most of her life, while Annabeth had her aunt raising her and had a sort of stable life, even though she was avoiding her sister. So, I don't know, I found her take to be pretty harsh here. But I really did like the way
that after you kind of get captured and then escape a prison, I feel like emotions are going to run high, and I'm going to give her the kind of, give somebody a chance to blow off some steam. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Marie's been spending her entire life looking for her, and when she finds her...
but she doesn't know that.
Well, I think she does know that because she's been hiding from her in plain sight with the aunt, I guess. But, I don't know. I thought it was harsh. I feel like once you get out of a prison situation and a resurrection situation, you're ready to have some fun. Maybe a hug. Maybe, let's tip one back.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I thought it made sense for people to kind of be all kind of freaking out.
You're telling me in a resurrection situation, you're coming back and your first thing is to complain? You're just airing your final grievances?
Well, you're now that I'm alive, I would like to get some things off my chest. You are a nightmare to deal with. There's a lot with you. And I just felt like it made sense to hey, if, somebody killed my parents, I might be upset at them. And then every time they show up, it just becomes a nightmare situation. I might be hey, you are a common denominator in this problem.
Wow. I love that you're taking the heart-wrenching situation our main character is going through and taking the opposite side. You are the true villain.
Counterpoint.
Point, counterpoint. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But over the course of that, Annabeth's powers, I was saying, are really interesting. She's a precog that sort of comes and goes, which I think is a great way to do it. So she's not too powerful, but I love she leads them down the hallway. And
comes in handy when you're trying to break out of a prison, and you can sense, when Sam's coming and all that great stuff. So
you get a full Kool-Aid Man situation here.
Oh, man, that's fun.
What I love about that is it's something that we would have said, but it's also something the show said. So we are lined up with our guys here in a great way. Another great joke after that was, I'm not going to Canada. And then Emma, we're not going to a foreign country. We're going to Canada. Great stuff. Really great stuff there.
Fun.
Really fun. And then we get this scene right after that with Cypher just giving his... buddy and his roommate a real rub down, and then some slaps.
Yeah, he's stressed out. Well, that's the thing. When you work in an environment that is a stressful job, sometimes that really is tough to deal with. So,
you cut loose with some slaps?
I wouldn't cut loose on some slaps on another person, especially if I was trying to care for them. But I understood why he was so upset. I wanted to see how he would deal with this. And because at first I thought okay, maybe the dude in the kind of chamber is puppeting Cypher. But yeah, that doesn't seem to be.
Oh, I think that's what's happening. I think he was giving to himself. He was slapping himself to feel something.
But that would also make sense if, later episode when he gets thrown out the window and then disappears, someone who is just being puppeted maybe doesn't feel the pain as much and could walk away from something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, but I think...
if you're just being puppeted, you would be like, yeah, just get up, walk away.
Yeah, but I think he was slapping the non-puppet.
Yeah.
Right? So, I think that's the... he's in spends his life in a hyperbaric chamber, so I gotta think maybe, and I also think there's something to self-punishment. I mean, this is a theme that runs through this entire series of characters being their own roadblock, punishing themselves. And I think we get a little bit of that from Cypher here. We think, again, this is all built on our theory that we have no 100% clarity if it's actually real, that the Thomas Godolkin and Cypher are the same person being puppeted. Because what we know about him also is that he was there at Marie's birth. He was the doctor. who was there and part of the Odessa project. So it makes sense to just puppet there. Choosing your puppet. Pete, let me ask you, would you want to choose a puppet that looked like you or someone that didn't look like you?
I always go didn't. You know what I mean? Those are more fun. I love when you see somebody's like Avatar and it's a different choice than you would. And you're like, oh, I wonder, do they see themselves as an 80-foot gorilla? Or, what is that about? You know what I mean?
Nice. Very telling. 80-foot gorilla is 80 foot tall. Sort of a King or Prince Kong situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe a Donkey Kong Jr. situation. You know what I mean?
A Donkey Kong Jr., yes. Donkey Kong Jr., when I was a kid, my little brother and I would go, every once in a while we'd go like get a Nintendo game. And I would pick like Zelda or Mighty Bomb Jack or these like games that we played the shit out of and loved.
Wow.
The one time we let my brother pick, he picked Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Which was an educational game.
Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was.
That's one of those you rent that and you're like, throw this away. This is not fun. It's
fun way to learn math, maybe. But once maybe you don't want to go back and try to play that game.
I'm trying to blow off some steam when I've got the Nintendo controller in my hand. Not trying to get back on the math train. And I love math.
Doesn't seem like it. Seem like it.
That's who I would have liked to puppet my brother and have him pick up Metroid rather than DKJ Math is what we ended up getting.
Get some Mega Man in there, you know what I mean? Get some fucking Super Dodgeball, you know what I mean? Come on,
wow,
bro.
Okay, now we're talking old school.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Continue
spend hours of your life playing Castlevania that you'll never get back. You know what I mean? Just beating your head against the wall, being like, why can't we pass this level?
What a horrible night to have a curse, I say.
Yeah.
Jumping back into Gen V, moving out of an episode in my life into an episode of television.
Thank you.
Our gang ends up at an abandoned library, which seems sad in a lot of ways.
Does seem sad, doesn't it? Also, when they walk in and it looks like there's been a book burning, extra sad on that.
Extra sad.
Sir, did you order the extra sad? Why, yes, I did. Right here, please. Yeah.
We get a real cultural commentary there, but what the place does still have is internet.
Libraries, baby. Come on.
Libraries, really good.
Don't let them go to waste.
Yeah. Great spot to just sit and use the internet, I find.
Dude.
Really nice. No matter what you're up to, just be there at the library doing it.
So, I loved all this. What's my favorite scene in the library, and I'm sorry if I'm fast forwarding to this part, is that when you get Emma and Sam hanging out, and then there's the who is Greg situation.
Yes, exactly. Who is Beef Junk?
Yeah, who is hot Beef Junk? And, what's she going to say? And I was like, I like the way the tension makes me happy, the awkwardness. I loved all of that. And I was like, ooh, I really love the way they're sitting in this moment and kind of leaning into this. So I thought they did such a great job with that. That really made me feel all the feels.
This is some real rom-com stuff happening.
Yeah.
And it's really sweet. It's really well done. And especially how much Sam has changed over the course of this season. He seems like he's fully functional, nary a puppet situation happening here. But I like just a great flirty scene that we have between them, and I think this is helping me think that we are going to get this rom-com beat. I think Beef Junk's
but
out.
that's that's the thing about these episodes.
You rooting for Beef Junk?
Oh, I was an original Sam and Emma shipper, all right?
But why are you moving to Emma and Beef Junk?
Because, my friend, maybe Sam, instead of trying to forget Emma, he shouldn't have been. You know what I mean? Instead of mind wiping her. I'm just saying, let's make sure we check in with Beef Chunk before we burn a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, let's give the Beef Chunk a chance. That's all I'm saying.
Give Chunk a chance?
Yeah.
Give Chunk a chance. Here's the thing. Beef Chunk we don't know anything about him except he's vaguely nice.
Yeah.
At a school where everyone is not nice. Everyone sucks.
That seems a really important quality. You know what I mean?
But we do get a fun line here. Emma doesn't know phone numbers, but she can DM. She tries to reach Polarity and her squad, her B team of investigators.
Yep.
Which is that sort of jumps right to Cypher or Polarity waking up and Cypher's there.
Oh, dude, that is a nightmare scenario, dude.
Yes,
that is an absolute nightmare scenario.
But I do love the way that Cypher is just this ultimate villain, always one step ahead, like I was saying. And we get to see his puppet power sort of in practice here, where he's mouthing the words that Polarity is saying to the kids when he calls them. Yes, and gets their location, and here comes trouble.
Yeah, and then Polarity, because there is this interesting thing that Cypher is doing. Like, he's talking about his son, which is heartbreaking, but also, like, giving us information that maybe we didn't have, but not that you can trust it. So it's a really very kind of powerful twisting of the knife that happens there. But I love Polarity's reaction and throwing him out a window. That felt great. Yeah. That was a really great kind of moment where you're like, oh man, good. Like, Cypher isn't this all powerful thing. You know what I mean? Like, we can get to him, which is great.
Yeah. Well, and I do think it's interesting the way Cypher's powers worked, because he could just come in there and take control of Polarity, I think, and just go on in his day. But instead, he like tortures him mentally and is like a huge asshole. So I wonder if that's part of the power set or just part of the villainy. But either way, I think it's good. And I am curious what Polarity's final role will be in this season. We've definitely, for a season and a half now, talked about how Polarity's powers are killing him, in the same way that in the show, Andre's powers, when he pushed them too far, ended up in his death.
Makes me wonder if Polarity is going to, in a last-ditch effort, kill Cypher. You know what I mean?
I think Polarity will sacrifice himself for the story, for the
kind
kids
of like how Andre did it.
Yes, and I think it will be really well done, real emotional moment.
Yeah. But a funny moment that happens... Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go.
A funny moment that happens next is like we get, oh shit, who's Cypher going to send? And we have this fun moment where the kids at the library are like, who the fuck is that? And they're like, it's a stupid fucking Viking. Oh, it laughed. So it was just so funny because they're like, this is our training dummy sent to kill us, basically. What a fun moment.
Comes.
Yeah, what a fun moment. It's a stupid fucking Viking. Oh, so funny.
And what I love their reaction. And, this is, a comic book show, technically, even though it's a little bit anti and a little bit like in response to superhero content. But this moment was one of the most comic booky moments in the show, where a villain shows up and he's more annoying, and then they fight and it's good. Like, it's a great fight, but the attitude is very like quippy and fun. And I just really appreciated that choice.
It's a great tonal choice. I also love the moment where Emma says, quick, say something nice about me. And then it's like what? And she's like, fuck you. Oh my God, that was so funny.
Well,
I laughed so hard.
This was a fun moment, but it also goes to show she hasn't figured out her powers. When she was sort of on the case a couple episodes back with Polarity, it felt like she was getting her powers in line, and it turns out that we're not quite there yet. So I do think that's the journey she's on for the
but
season.
In that fun line of dialogue, it sums up so much about what the show is about, and I think such a cool example of not only how funny this is, but also like how kind of real it is too. So I really
we did miss two moments between Marie and Annabeth where they have a heart-to-heart that's sort of harsh, sort of mean from Annabeth's side to Marie, and then a scene later we have Marie helping Annabeth get through like an anxiety attack, which I thought was just like they did when they were kids. And I like these as a 1-2 punch of like a lot of issues to deal with, a lot of like raw feelings, but at the end of the day, family takes care of family. I thought
the history there is super important and helps her get through it. Yeah.
Even if you don't like your family, they have known you the longest, so there is value there.
That's that tough thing about family, dude. They got all the dirt on you.
That's right. And that's why, we've been podcasting so long that we technically are that for each other. So.
Well, I mean, technically we're Jedi married, buddy, so.
Yes, that's you and I, of course.
Yeah.
And if you have a question about that, I'm so sorry we don't have time to answer that. Let's move forward here, because in the middle of the fight with Vicor, we have the arrival of a character I did not expect to see. This is Victoria Newman's daughter.
Yeah.
who rolls up and just savagely rips Vigor's head.
So has the power of like tube snakes that just eat people's faces? Like
sort of a Medusa adjacent mouth snake situation.
Yeah, that are just snakes that eat anything. And wow, that was just very gruesome. But it makes it so much more fun that it's done by somebody who kind of looks adorable and so loving. So yeah, the juxtaposition of that is fun, and her tone, and he's like, "Thanks, Zoe." You know, like that's just man.
Yeah, we first met her in The Boys. Yeah. And we have so really cool to see her again, and just comedically the cute package, horrifying murder without batting an eyelash. And then we have a reveal of a character I did not expect to see. Stan Edgar shows up here.
Yeah.
Which was great.
What an entrance.
Yeah. He's a great character. He's very chill, even though he's a villain. Let's not forget.
Oh, yeah.
He is fun to see here. Of course, played by Giancarlo Esposito, so always great to see him back.
Oh man, yeah. The entrance, his presence, it's just so awesome. And then this like, oh shit, like, are we going to work together? Are we going to fight together? And then they're like, why don't we all go? And then shotgun, just like fun undercutting of the tension. And now it's just a fun road trip type of thing. Yeah. But then you're like, oh, that poor Viking, like he was just trying to get a paycheck. You know what I mean? And just got his face.
Nice. I don't know why you're rooting for a just asshole.
Well, yes, but he's controlled, it's just one of those things where,
he's not puppeted. I think he's just working. He's just out there working.
It doesn't seem like Cypher just casually works with people. It seems like he controls them. So, but yeah, if that's the case, then
why waste your puppet powers when you can use the original puppet money powers.
Yeah, okay.
Paycheck powers, the ultimate takedown. But so we have so they go to Stan's secret base. Deep under the earth. We learn that Mark Zuckerberg has a shittier version of his bunker. Slam. Very slam. Yeah. We get our cooking show. We get our frittata.
Fresh squeezed Jews, frittata.
Yeah, great breakfast. Here's the thing, though. Is it morning? I found this to be. Was this a breakfast for dinner situation?
Yeah, dude. You have breakfast anytime.
That I don't know. If I'm on the run, just got out of prison, I want dinner for dinner. I don't want breakfast for dinner. Is when you're trying to shake up.
You're going to be upset about a free meal that's cooked in front of you with conversation and learning.
There is a lot of learning here, for sure, and that's nice. But I'm just saying, if I had an option, I wouldn't go frittata number one. And honestly, I don't love a baked egg.
You can't. I hear you.
I don't love a baked egg.
I'm on the same page and same team as you, but. The guy who breaks you out and gives you a free ride, you can't be like, hey, fuck your frittatas, man. I really wanted a burger. You got to say, oh, thank you. Please tell me about how I'm the next Homelander.
But you can go off menu? Like maybe just like an omelet? Let's like loosen it up a little bit.
Are you the guy who's making you frittata, you're going to be like, hey, do you do omelets too? Or do I eat this shit?
Maybe a chorizo hash, if you're talking brunch. I don't know what time of day it is.
The menu aside, we get the big reveal.
Even in a breakfast for dinner situation, a night egg, I don't know. I don't know if I want a night egg. But
how dare you?
To your point,
night eggs are delicious. If you're going to stay up after you learned you might be as powerful as Homelander, the egg's not going to bother you. It's everything else.
I think a little sulfur, not great. Let's see. Let's talk, though.
How about the fact that we got the big reveal that the reason that Cypher is so, like, Marie is the only thing that matters is she's the next Homelander. She is as powerful as Homelander, can take down Homelander, so this is exciting news.
Well, I don't know. I think you're reading into it a little bit because the real information we have is that only 2 kids survived from the Odessa Project. And it's Marie and Homelander.
Right. So 2 people who took the same juice have got to be of equal power set, right?
Well, not necessarily. And I think there's a lot of larger implications here because The Boys is a separate show, a more popular show. This is a spinoff of that. Right. But this show is positioning Marie as a direct rival to Homelander.
Exactly.
Do we think that's for the purposes of this show, or is Marie going to jump over?
A sick crossover, dude.
In the same way that we did get some crossover last season of The Boys with
let's have some Arrowverse crossover where they're doing specials that take place in both shows. Come on, it'll be fun.
But do you want Marie to be, on The Boys, to overtake Butcher's role? Like, what's happening here?
I mean, when you say it like that, no. But before you said that, I was all about it.
Well, I just think it's interesting. This revelation, and especially from the mouth of Stan Edgar, who came out of The Boys. Like, he's a Boys character. So, like, I don't know. It made me wonder how tightly woven these two shows are together. Are they, at the end of the day, one show, or are we doing this Homelander comp because he hangs over this show, and this is all about Marie's journey here in this season and where she's going to end up?
I think, the answer is within yourself here. If you look at what we're doing right now, we're doing a Boys podcast under the Gen Z umbrella, so you tell me what's up.
Oh, interesting. What you're saying? What are we? You're saying look within.
Exactly,
here.
Bro.
Yeah, our own project, Odessa.
Yeah.
So we get from that big revelation. There's a little bit of talking here. Stan's like, "What, dude?" Like Stan's getting caught up to date on the Cypher situation. I guess he doesn't know about the body in Cypher's hyperbaric chamber. So I do think we're going to get that reveal next episode. I thought we would get it in this episode, but we don't. We do get Cypher making Polarity slap himself. So much slapping.
There's a lot of fun while you're hitting yourself moments here that I was having a blast with.
They really let it happen, that joke happen in our heads rather than really calling it out, which I think is the cool,
smarter way to do it.
Yeah. Yes. But Marie has to accept how powerful she is in this situation. That, again, feels like the point of this season. Like, she was alone, still looking for her sister, and I think the point here is like, hey, you have to look beyond this. That's what Jordan feels like they're doing for Marie.
Well, the Jordan kind of pillow talk with Marie was very interesting because it was like Marie was all keyed up and was like, hey, we need to talk, we need to do something here. And Jordan's like, hey, tomorrow's another day, we can all figure it out. And that clearly didn't work for Marie.
No.
Who was like, yo, I'm fucking out of here, which I was very upset at and was screaming at the screen, no, Marie, go back to your friends. They're the only way you make it through this thing. I don't know why you think walking away is the answer. But and then we get the kind of tag-along reveal that I couldn't believe. I thought at first Kate was going to talk her out of it, and then she kept walking. And then Kate was like, oh, I'll follow you, I guess. But holy shit.
Yeah. And what do we think about this? Do we think Kate... Because I think this episode was all about... We have a team. This is the team. Yep. We've got Marie, Sam, Emma, Kate, Annabeth,
and Emma's squad. Don't forget
Emma's squad, B team, sort of a new mutants to the main X-Men.
Right.
But what do we think about Kate? Is she here, not to use reality show vernacular, but is she here for the right reasons?
Well, yes and no. I think that Kate's there for to help Marie, but also she's there to get help so that she can get her powers back.
Well, she thinks Marie can fix her powers, and I agree.
Yeah,
but in that moment, is she going to turn?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your call?
I feel like Kate's come too far and has seen too much shit and knows that the students are the side she needs to be on, but it's not the winning side.
Interesting. See, I disagree. I think Kate will. Once she has her powers back, right?
Turn?
I think she's going to turn.
Oh, dude, don't say that. Come on.
That's what I think.
That would be horrible if she did that. What a betrayal.
Yes, but that's...
They went back to save her. You know what I mean?
But they also were the ones that killed her and damaged her powers. Like, I don't know. The Kate
but that's all... Once you go back to save somebody, we're cool. You know what I mean? Like, you risk your life to go back and say, save me.
Wow. Interesting. Well, I don't know. I think it's going to be trouble. Is what I think.
Okay.
At the end of the episode, when I see Kate walking away with Marie, it feels selfish.
Sounded like a real dad over there. I think this is going to be trouble. You're hanging out with the wrong kids.
That's exactly right. Marie, if I can talk to you directly, Marie, sit down. I need to talk to you. Put your phone down, Marie.
Hey, Justin, your dad is showing.
I think you're hanging around with the wrong kids.
Your dad is showing.
Just a couple other things.
That doesn't seem like a cool guy who wears his hat like that. You know what I mean?
I contain multitudes. I'm a cool dad whose hat is sideways.
Yeah.
I'm a child dad at the same time.
Oh, man.
We do get, like you said, polarity of throwing Cypher out the window, but then he's sort of gone, which I think is perhaps a telling moment. We see some repercussions next episode.
Now can we talk about the biggest callback that maybe in television history?
Okay. Yes, 1 second. I feel like maybe you're about to say what I'm about to say. Well, we need to talk about what the big plan here is, that Cypher's going to cull the herd, kill 75% of the students, which... This feels very much like a Mr. Sinister style plot from X-Men, where it's like we have to cull the herd so that we can make faster evolutionary steps. And that does seem like what the justification here is, which I think is only more evidence that it's a scientist behind this, a Thomas Godolkin sort of being his own geneticist and like immoral geneticist. So I do think that's interesting. And as a reveal, it makes our squad having to go save people that hate them very X-Men as well. So that's cool. I think all of this is making this show feel like the New Mutants style show that we thought it was to begin with. So that's great. The episode ends with a very chill version of Don't You Forget About Me. Needle drop from The Breakfast Club. A movie about people with very disparate backgrounds coming together for a brief time, but not a long time, to learn lessons about each other. So as Kate's walking away following Marie, I thought that was like maybe telling that Kate is headed to betray.
Wow.
But Pete, set us up with your...
I didn't feel that at all. I really felt like Kate is doing the right thing and what we, the audience, would want, where she's trying to look out for Marie. So,
point counterpoint. Let's see who's got.
We'll see.
The W.
Let's see who's correct at the next step. But the thing that I've been dying to talk about is they've been doing this running bit for 2 seasons about the kid who's got an asshole the size of a country or something, right?
Quantum singularity for an asshole.
Yes. So that we got that paid off in this episode. Season 2, episode 6. So that's an impressive run to wait that long to call that out and just to have that be fun background humor for so many. I just was so happy when they did that, and I thought it was so smart and such a rewarding thing for the fans who love the show and are just kind of eating it all up. So
eating it up in their own quantum singularity. I do think having that be established or re-referenced here makes me think we are going to get a payoff with something happening with that quantum singularity.
But that's maybe a powerful thing.
Maybe the team hides out in the dude's butt.
Yeah, exactly, because we saw somebody's head peek out before, so like there's a lot of room. You know what I mean?
You never look. As
long as you don't mind the smell, you can get away.
And hopefully there's some slight scrubbing in there. Given when you're inviting people over, you clean your house. You know
that's true. You do.
You got to pick up your room.
Yeah.
So clean up a little bit.
Clean welcome mat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cypher will never find them where the sun don't shine, I always say. Anything else you want to reference from this episode, Pete?
Let me just kind of quickly scan through here for some fun. Make sure we didn't miss any fun lines here. Oh man, such a fun episode.
Yes, it was a fun episode. We only have, we have 2 more episodes for this season.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of so sad. But man, I guess we... I mean, so you're saying your team, Emma and Sam, and you got no hopes for Greg. You hope Greg dies, is what you're saying.
I don't need to see Beef Chunk die, but I think Beef Chunk will either be killed, culled, or betray them somehow. Feels like that, or he
maybe he could just fall short of Emma's expectations, and then Sam can kind of slide in and take care of business.
Really nice. I can't believe Beef Chunk has risen so much in your standings that he's
I'm rooting for Emma to have a great relationship. You know what I mean?
With anyone?
No, with the right person. And if Sam is gonna
who's dadding so hard? I just want you to be happy.
Yeah. Sorry, my uncle is showing. I apologize.
Yes. But I do think, we have 2 more episodes. I think next episode we're going to get the reveal of what Cypher's got going on. And then the final episode, big old fight. My question is, are we going to see Homelander in this season?
You brought him up. I would love to see him. He's such a great part of the boys. It would be insane. It would really be insane to see him. I don't know if we will. I almost feel like it would be too much. But
it speaks to the nature of like what this Marie Homelander in the same bucket situation is. Are they going to fight here in this show? Because if they do that, I don't know how does Homelander has to win? Or is she being positioned as like the
That would be hilarious. The boys starts up and it's like, oh, you didn't hear? Yeah, Homelander died off screen.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. Like just from a TV perspective, either Homelander shows up and Marie loses, or Marie is about to become a much more important role over in the boys as well, and maybe sort of becoming one of the boys. I
mean, because that's the whole point of the school is you graduate to get on the boys, on the seven.
Yeah. So. But I do think about this season. Like we've had Stan Edgar, we had Starlight earlier. Like we're probably going to get one more. These shows are very connected. So I don't know. The potential is very high for what Marie could end up being for the larger boys.
That's exciting, and that's what I think is great about this show is there is this anything can happen. Holy crap! Like it's impressive what this show is doing, not only with the acting and the character work, but also the what ifs and the oh my god, So I really love the tone of the show and the pace of the show. It's very exciting.
It's a great watch. It's my maybe favorite show going right now. So
I agree. Exciting. It's definitely a top for sure.
Yeah. But let's every episode.
Who's your best
boy?
Who's your best boy?
Best boy. Pete, do you want to go first?
I would love to go first, and this is tough for me because part of me wants to say Kate because I've got high hopes for her.
Man,
saving the day.
Wow.
But I gotta give it up for Polarity, who has been just hanging in there, being the dad, throwing bad guys out windows. I hope Marie is also going to be great, and Emma. I just gotta give shout outs because there's so many great characters.
You're just saying all of them. Well, my best boy, I'm going to choose Emma. Since you don't seem to care for her.
How dare you!
Really funny episode for her. I really like the rom-com nature of this.
Yes,
and I really like where she is just in her character arc for this season, where she's getting closer to being the one to really take control of her powers. I think she's going to have a huge role at the end of this. We position Marie as the most important soup, but I actually think the team is what's important, and a character like Emma is going to step up big here.
That's the problem is Marie is walking away from the team right now, which is what's so maddening.
But the team's going to come.
You're right. I do think Emma is going to get huge at some point and hopefully save the day. Yeah.
And sometimes quite literally. Yeah. All right, folks, that's the episode. If you want to hear more from us, we do a weekly live talk show every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
We sure do.
Please come check that out. We have podcasts about Peacemaker on our Sons of a Gun feed. We just covered Marvel Zombies. We are talking all things all the time.
Go to Comic Book Club Live.
.com, our website, and you can follow us on all the socials, and we will see you very soon for the next episode, the penultimate episode, where Pete will no doubt be resurrected. And
hopefully Cypher will be back to join us. Alex.
Yeah, Alex. He's our Cypher. He's our bot. Bye, bot.